thing Scarlet knew is she has offered herself to Executive Layla in order to spare her friend, and she agreed to be a hostage. As she was taken hostage, she was given a deadly shock collar, and then just before Layla teleported away, she flicked the kill switch on her friend, and last thing she saw was Jade screaming in pain as they teleported away. Scarlet, clutching in your hands is the sun flute from before. Grabbing your neck is Layla, and like a flash of light occurs, and you are now face to face with a couple new faces and a few old ones. How do you respond?
Well, Scarlet's kind of very overshook, seeing the fact she's just watched her friend die, and just as she appears in the base, she just looks around and just grasps the sun flute as tight as possible and just balls, collapse into the floor, just absolute ugly crying.
Layla grabs you by your collar, throws you forward a bit, and just says, "Get up." And she starts walking over to Watashi and Akamoto. Watashi looks at you and just kind of gingerly breaks away from this conversation and darts over in your direction.
Scarlet just looks up at Layla, just mid-crying, was like, "You told me you wouldn't kill her. Why did you do that? This was a deal."
She rolls her eyes. She somehow has gotten your backpack. She sifts through it a little bit, and she pulls out the feather and throws it on the floor at you.
The Ho-Oh feather?
The Ho-Oh feather.
Okay. Scarlet just looks at it, picks it up, and was like, "You knew we had this?"
She smiles and says, "Of course." She looks at Akamoto sarcastically and she says, "We want to avoid unnecessary deaths after all." Akamoto just looks horrified and approaches her and says, "What did you do?"
But the feather is here, not there. How am I supposed to get it to them?
She ignores you. They begin a conversation, and Watashi starts picking you up, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry, Nichan. You're safe here. No one's gonna hurt you." She just kind of picks you up a little bit and starts dusting you off.
Scarlet kind of steps back from her. She's like, one, disturbed by the whole Nichan thing, because that's a bit weird, and two, because, you know, she hates this girl.
Everyone does. She goes, no, come on, Nichan. We should go and, she actually stops for a moment and she looks back and says, "What is she doing here? Your job was just to get the flutes." And Layla just explains, "We've got a change of plans. That flute is now bonded to her." And Watashi just nods knowingly. Do a wisdom check. Judging by Watashi's nod and her general knowledge, you suspect that she has no idea what the hell she's talking about.
Wow, that surprises me.
She commands Watashi, "Take her to the brig." And Watashi says, "All right, come on, Nichan." And she kind of gently pulls you by the wrist in a very sing-song skippy kind of method and just hops along trying to pull you to what she's calling the brig.
Scarlet just kind of reluctantly goes along, but she's proper giving Layla the biggest evil look as she walks past.
She says, "Don't worry, Nichan. You're safe here. I know Layla's a bit of a hard ass sometimes. I know she's a bit of a baka sometimes, but..."
Dear God.
"But you'll learn..." Sorry?
For God's sake, Stuart, I hate her so much.
She says, "You'll learn to deal with her."
There might be one character that Venti does not consider a friend.
She starts pulling her down. So what's up with you guys? Have you been having a good time lately? You and your nakama?
My what?
Your nakama, your family. She just smiles just overly sweetly at you.
You mean my friends that your friend Layla just decided to, attack and murder one of? Yeah, sure, we're doing great.
She stops for a second and says, "Murder? What do you mean?"
Yeah, right in front of me. She had to put a shock collar on her because she took her Pokemon, which is just what Jade does. And I made a deal with her. I made a deal with Layla that I would go with her if she let Jade go. And as we were leaving, no, she freaking killed her.
Oh, she just kind of stops and says, "Well, I'm sure she had a good reason."
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
But don't worry, Nichan, I'm sure it'll be all right. We've got lots of magic and cool things here. And she pulls you on to the next room. She pulls you into this room, and you're starting to gather your surroundings a bit. You realize you're in the old armory of the Beheim ship. And lo and behold, you look around and you see Leader Burb from before.
So Scarlet kind of just recoils like, oh my god, I thought what?
Burb slowly levitates over towards you, and he just kind of looks you in the eye, just scanning you up and down. Give me a quick wisdom check.
Here we go.
Okay, 15. You can feel him scan your mind and just kind of start pulling out memories from a while, and you can choose to resist him if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I don't want him seeing those memories.
Yeah, okay, you push him back. Let's just roll his focus real quick. He beats you barely, but realizes you're resisting, and he shoots back a bit, and you hear a squaw! Sorry, brain fart.
Oh my god!
He goes, sorry, brain fart. Hi there. We technically haven't met.
How?
He raises a yellow finger and says, wibbly wobbly.
Oh, that explains everything.
He kind of chuckles and says, well, welcome aboard the ship. You are here for now, no fraternizing with the enemy, senpai. Watashi interrupts, and she pulls Scarlet along very seriously, and she's like, we've got official business, and Nichan here needs to go in the brig for a little while to cool off. She's saying awful things about Layla senpai. And Burb just goes, oh, well, he just kind of waves at you, Scarlet.
Okay, well, for starters, please don't call me Nichan again. My name is Scarlet. And secondly, I'm not saying mean things about Layla. I'm telling you the truth.
Do you have charisma at all?
No.
Roll a d20. Okay.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Watashi's very uneased and says, well, either way, this is the brig, and she points at this one guy over here who just kind of hits a few buttons. The door opens up, and inside is like a small, it's actually a really comfy bedroom inside.
Inside that tiny little thing, there's a bedroom.
She looks at you and says, oh, we operate on anime magic here and anime technology, the best kind of technology. And she goes around inside and she starts flipping some switches and says, well, you can organize this and set it up however you want. Here's my personal favorite. She flips a switch, and all the decorations in the room has changed to like wall scrolls and body pillows and like katana on the wall and various things. This is my favorite.
Father, without saying a word, just stares straight at Watashi, dead in the eyes, walks over to the switch, flicks it off, and then walks into the room and shuts the door.
Oyasumi Nasai, she says sadly, walking away. Standing outside in the hallway, Layla adjusts herself. She fixes her hair, removes any sort of indication that she was just in a very rough battle, that she got roughed up. She covers up her neck with a scarf real quick, adjusts her skirt, looks as professional and as beautiful as possible. She gives a deep sigh before heading into the leisure room. Inside this room, what is happening? It is a party, but why don't you guys, in your own words, describe what kind of party this is?
Venti, I mean, I didn't plan on him being a drinker, but 5 beers just sitting in front of him. He is obviously just slamming these back and has his, Agron reloading them as he goes down the line. All right, you know what to do. Just keep loading them up.
He pulls out another pitcher and kind of like in that old style of reload, step down, reload of like colonial combat where they fire, step down, reload. He's just doing that over and over again.
All right, we're doing good. Okay, I need a breather. This is a lot. This is a lot more than I normally do.
He slams.
Okay, I'll go on this end again. He just sprints to the other side.
Agron slams on the table and encourages you further. Everyone else in the room, the few who are interested in this kind of thing, are cheering at you, just encouraging your happiness. This is just something that happens that you guys do.
This keeps going down the line over and over again between the beers.
I don't know if it's so much encouraging his happiness or enabling his stupidness, but as long as he's okay.
What is Esmeralda doing while witnessing this?
Dying.
Apparently dying. Oh god.
She's just kind of sitting there next to the table, patting her little babby larvitar. Sitting there on the table, giving it a little brush.
Aw. Can you brush a larvitar?
Oh yeah, as soon as is this thing?
It's like a
do they
potato
have
brush.
Scales, or do they have just?
I think the guy like.
skin?
I
Pretty
think
sure
What
it's like a potato brush, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
Be like a really rough wire brush. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, they're like dinosaurs, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
it's like
it's
a
like
scaly dinosaur.
regardless, she's like brushing it, and it's like it looks terrible, but like the little larvitar is just like, yes, more.
like those evil cats that just love pets, but
Yeah.
just in that one spot, whenever you go off center, it just like grabs you with its hand and just pulls you in the right direction again. Watching this, you could see a mother and her small daughter just pointing at the cute babby larve. But on the other side of the room, there is a Smash tournament going on, and is Professor Puce participating or not?
He's trying to. So this is just a television with a controller.
Yeah,
Alright.
essentially.
So somehow on this Smash 14, I'm assuming.
You think they got that far? That's Smash 5.
If you want to know, the date for the main timeline is 2019. Yeah, you guys would know. The date in your timeline is 2040. So it is, you pretty much missed the singularity.
Goodness, we're old.
No, I'm like 24.
Either way, he somehow found sticky keys on his controller and he's trying his hardest to play, even though his character is just jittering in place.
There's two older gentlemen who are just kind of toying with you. They'll just pick up and play, I don't know, Toon Zelda, and they're just throwing fire flowers at you. They're not even using them properly.
Jerks.
Let's say get the high score of this. Make sure you pass some of those mugs over.
Oh, yeah, no, I got you. Go along, Puce! He just throws a beer mug.
Throws control at floor, jumps into
Ducks and covers.
Surprisingly, even the kids are even giggling at this. The few children that are actually on board. The parents, you know what? They're considering what they've gone through, they're just not even stopping this.
Well, they probably know me. We're good people.
Yeah.
Just trying to do the right thing.
The entire room is cheering at your antics, as goofy and or ridiculous as it is. Puce, you just got Meteor smashed down like for the 17th time this round, and finally lost all of your stock.
Oh, bogus.
I think you got the high score, guys.
Yeah, no, you did great, buddy. That was, not bad. Not
You
bad
can do
at
it,
all.
Uncle Puce. Just plug the controller in next time.
Plug the controller.
Oh my god, yeah, they just handed him the wrong controller and no one said anything.
The ninja next to you is giggling, but then before you can question him, he just kind of disappears.
Venti does the whole, like, eyes on him, like, I'm watching you, I know what you did.
The ninja burps and then, like, hides behind this flower.
God, I hate Jason the ninja. Oh, he just steams my vegetables, man. Anyways.
As this is going on, there's a moment of jazz music stops as Layla steps into the room.